Good evening, class. Today, I'm going to be offering an analysis of how dietary fiber can actually support colon cancer prevention. I will be doing this through a series of breaking down how fiber works in the diet, how colon cancer is becoming a significant risk in the United States. I'll be covering some of the food sources of fiber, as well as the recommended effective intake of fiber. And finally, I will bring this all together in a conclusion that will hopefully change your mind about how fiber can actually be a preventative factor for colon cancer. The American Cancer Society has estimated that the number of colorectal cancers in the United States in 2025 alone are going to be about 1,320 new cases for colon cancer, about 46,950 new cases of rectal cancer alone. These are significant numbers and indicates that colon cancer and rectal cancer are becoming a serious problem in the United States. 52,900. Those are the estimated number of deaths that are going to result from colon and rectal cancer in the United States in 2025. The blue ribbon represents colon and rectal cancer awareness. So how is fiber connected to colon cancer? Well, let me explain. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that is found in plant foods, such as the plant foods over here, that your body cannot fully digest. Instead of being broken down, it passes through your digestive system, helping with regular bowel movements, gut health, and even blood sugar control. There are two main types of fiber. There's soluble fiber, which dissolves in water. These can be additives that you may see in grocery stores that are promoted as a way to help with healthy bowel movements or to give you a bowel movement if you have not had one in a while. And there are insoluble fiber, which adds bulk to your stool. The insoluble fiber is where a lot of your plant foods that I indicated earlier are going to come from. These are all going to be insoluble fibers. Stool is what happens whenever your food is digested in your stomach, and that's what's going to be moving throughout your digestive system to eventually be excreted. Now let's talk about the direct impact that fiber will have on colon cancer. First, it's going to promote healthy bowel movements and reduce transit time. Transit time is the time it takes for food that you've digested in your stomach that becomes a stool to move all the way through your digestive system and your colon right here before it's excreted. The reason that we want the transit time to be as decreased as possible is because the longer it sits in your digestive system, specifically your colon, before it gets excreted, increases the exposure that it has to harmful substances such as carcinogens, which are known to be cancer causing. So by including fiber in your diet, you can decrease that transit time so that everything is moving swiftly through your digestive system and being excreted in a timely manner, so you're not giving a chance for those harmful substances to be sitting in your digestive system. Next, it nourishes beneficial gut bacteria. In the digestive system, you have good bacteria and bad bacteria. Fiber helps promote the good gut bacteria. This good gut bacteria is going to help promote a very healthy environment for your cells to replicate in. And that is going to be very essential in cancer prevention, because whenever your cells become mutated or they come into contact with cancerous cells, the first thing that mutation is going to cause is a replication in those cancerous cells. So by increasing your gut bacteria, your good gut bacteria that is, you're creating a healthier microbiome so that cell replication will take place in a more beneficial way, which is going to help prevent colon cancer. Some of the research included here at the bottom indicated that diets high in fiber improves your gut microbiome microbial balance and produces protective factors that may reduce early stage colorectal carcinogenesis. Finally, it reduces chronic inflammation and improves your immune system function. Fiber lowers systemic inflammation by improving gut barrier function and reduces pro-inflammatory markers. Chronic inflammation is a very known risk and a high risk for colorectal cancer, so it is going to be beneficial for you and for everyone else to make sure that they're managing that inflammation well, which can be done through fiber in their diet, and is actually going to be an essential component of that. The same study conducted emphasized that higher fiber intakes correlates with lower inflammation and improved immune regulation, both of which protect against colorectal cancer development. Now that we've gone over how fiber works to prevent colon cancer, let's go over some of the sources of fiber. Over here is a picture of some high fiber foods that you may easily recognize, such as popcorn or green peas, which are not my favorite, but to each their own. So all of these represent a significant source of high fiber that can aid in your digestive system working better, aid in some of those anti-inflammatory properties, and aid in colon cancer prevention overall. However, a study conducted found that fiber from fruits and cereals is especially protective, and fiber from these sources showed the strongest association with reduced cancer risk, suggesting that not all fiber sources offer the same level of protection. So it is especially essential if you believe that you are at risk to consume those specific sources of fiber. However, just incorporating these sources of fiber in your diet will be a great start. Let's go over the effective recommended intake of fiber. So, according to this study below, the correct fiber intake for adults is about 30 to 35 grams of fiber in men and 25 to 32 grams of fiber in women. This is what's going to bring the benefits of a healthy gut microbiome, healthy metabolic health, as well as reducing cardiovascular diseases and the risk of colonic cancer. Over here, we have a picture of what a day of eating 25 grams of fiber is going to look like. Of course, this would be catered more towards the women, but it offers a breakdown of how much fiber you're going to be eating per meal. And this can be a great way for someone to get started eating fiber and incorporating it into their diet. So diagrams like this offer a great way for you to incorporate fiber into your diet, as well as give you a breakdown which can be easier to digest, literally and figuratively. In conclusion, there are 3 things that I want you to take away from this presentation. First, colon cancer is becoming a very real issue in healthcare, and fiber is going to be a powerful and essential component for prevention. So if it's such a powerful component, wouldn't it make sense for us to include it in our diet? Second, fiber promotes regular digestion, beneficial gut bacteria, and it reduces inflammation, as you saw with the evidence-based resources that I provided at the bottom of my slides. Finally, research shows that a fiber-rich diet is strongly linked to lower risks of colorectal adenomas and cancers. Colon cancer is becoming a significant issue in the United States. With it, we need to be finding ways to combat the rise of the numbers of colon and rectal cancers that we are seeing in the United States. And fiber is an excellent lifestyle change that you can make that will help aid in colon cancer prevention. Thank you for listening to my presentation.